Welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft, and if you're having a moment of deja vu, that is correct. We started this last episode in this exact very same spot, and we had this very special feature on the screen. I had spent a long time creating the custom assets, finding a program to make it work, and finagling in OBS to get it to appear on the screen. And after all of that, I had swapped the wrong keys. W was supposed to send me backwards, and S was supposed to send me forward, and I have just been a complete derp. I spent so long working on it that when I came here into Minecraft, I just swapped the wrong ones the wrong way around. I am such a derp. I swapped A and D. D for derp, right? I hope you can forgive me. Look, here's what we might do. If many of you want it, leave a comment down below to let me know. We could do a couple of those challenges again, and we can do it with the correct keys swapped. Who knows? Caving might be a whole different experience when forward and backwards, which I relied on a lot because, you know, looking left to right I can do with the camera. It could just be a whole new adventure. Anyway, let me know, and now let's crack on with this episode of Hermitcraft. Some of you doubted the Emerald King. I was reading my comments, I saw those messages, that emerald store's rubbish, you're never going to sell anything. Who wants emeralds? They're useless. Well, I'll tell you, the hermits of this server, they disagree, my friends. They disagree indeed. I have made some diamonds, and not even the ones that I've got here in my hotbar. These free snacks you'll have to wait to later on in the episode to find out where I got those from. This is one of those confusing moments where I've already recorded the latter half of the episode. And that's just the way it's going to be. You'll have to accept it. Anyway, let's check in on our profits. We know we made some already. None over here. Oh yeah, I also got a suggestion from a hermit that I should put an ender chest in this area. I'm very glad that I remembered this. I've also got some right here to restock. And look at this. The diamonds are rolling in. Now maybe I could have charged more for these emeralds, but I think it's a really reasonable price for anyone who needs some. And I can't complain with that. Wow. Sweet, we get to add an extra stack and almost a half to our total diamonds. And that brings us to 1,886 diamonds in profit for this season. Absolutely wonderful. Also, you will see in the top right of my screen that I have Hero of the Village, level 5. Interesting little fact for you about this. I get level 5 straight away from this farm over here. So a moment ago, before I started recording, I did not have it, and I came over here to farm for a little bit and get it, but I got it straight away. So the way this thing works, and I'm not sure if I've fully cleared this up, is that I leave a witch in here after I'm done. When the final wave comes down, I let the witches chug their regeneration potions, and then that means when I come back to the area, the raid is still happening. So all I had to do was kill this one witch with a couple of sword strikes, and then I got level 5 immediately. I thought you started off with level 0 and then it would go up incrementally. And here they come. The trick is to kill a few as they fall down so that entity cramming doesn't destroy some of our witches. And how many we got left? A few of them are still landing, so we'll give the witch a moment to chug a health potion or the regen potion, and one last swipe. And there we go, we got exactly one witch left. So now I can just come back here and get that Hero of the Village level 5 whenever I need it. Now what's that you're saying? Why would I even need Hero of the Village? Well, that is a great question. Turns out that a certain hermit has returned to the server, none other than Mr. Python GB, who's working on the quartz tower again next to Tower Bay, and that is hugely inspirational. And it's also reminded me that I built this little HRN thing above the station. Because we built a station just a while ago with this design, I decided to kind of copy it over to this area, add a little extension on top of there, and so now it's really clear that there is a station in this area to take you off to another place. But anyway, with Python's return, he's actually been buying loads of those emeralds. He's the one giving us all the diamonds, and that is to trade with his villagers that are somewhere in this area, and that allows him to trade the emeralds in for quartz, so he doesn't have to go mining to get the quartz needed for these absolutely massive towers, which are gorgeous, by the way. Okay, I think I found them, and with me having Hero of the Village, I'm kind of curious, are these villagers that I come and visit now going to give me gifts? Because the raid didn't finish in their area, and also, will the prices be reduced or anything like that? Let's check it out. Oh yeah, look at that, they're throwing gifts, they're throwing me clay! Thank you ever so much, I can come down here and pick it up. Alright, that's sweet. Oh, this is so good. So, do you know what this means? Look at that, loads of clay up there. So what I could do is create an area somewhere on the server where we get a ton of villagers and then we go visit it to receive gifts. That is brilliant. They have just thrown another round of gifts at me again, and I think they only throw 2 rounds at you, so while I'm here I'll keep my eye on that. That's pretty cool though. I'm now doing some trading. However, I was thinking maybe I should just read the wiki first, because I might have it wrong in my head that this affects trading prices. According to the wiki, while I'm here with level 5, I will get a 55% discount. So if you halve 10, which would be 50%, you get 5. So that much makes sense. But what I don't know is what the prices were before I came here. And is that another gift that just got thrown at me? That's a kind of amusing sight right there. Notice how the villagers kind of get in the beds at different positions as well. Wonder what causes that. So yes, these price changes may have been caused by me. And if that is permanent or not, we'll have to come back and check later on. So I'll make a note to come back here later on this episode. But anyway, Python has been buying emeralds from me. So 3 diamonds would give him 9 stacks of this, which you can convert into a lot of quartz. That is really a fantastic strategy for getting the stuff, actually. And later on in this episode, you're also going to see how I got my hands on a whole bunch of the stuff as well. Well, that was a worthwhile investigation. We've learned we can get cheaper trades, but the really cool thing is that we get gifts thrown at us, and it doesn't have to be the village that's linked to the raid that you got the Hero of the Village effect from. So somewhere nearby our raid farm, out of distance of course, so the villagers don't interfere with it, I think we should build a villager breeding machine that creates a crazy amount of villagers and then gets them to give us gifts, which will be ever so much fun. And also, let's just take a moment to appreciate the gorgeous view from this side of Tower Bay. I'm very glad to have Python back, and I'm super stoked. Look at this building. It's amazing. Now, before we get to the next part of this video, I do just want to quickly remind you that I am doing an AMA, which stands for Ask Me Anything, over on Reddit. This will take place Saturday the 24th at 4 PM BST. The details are on your screen, and the link to the Reddit can be found in the description box below. So we need to get rid of this hot potato. And I have an elaborate plan. It's not actually elaborate. I don't know why I said that. It's quite deceptive. And it was actually, I think, in Rendog's video, he was chatting with Grian and they suggested a way to pass on the hot potato, which is simply to give someone like a gift or a shulker box and leave the hot potato inside of it. That is what we're going to do. There happens to be an old school hermit returning to the server, and I'm going to leave them a care package here in the spawn chunks and hide the hot potato inside of it. And if they don't notice it, then they will have to do whatever challenge we set in the book here, which I haven't set yet, by the way. Anyway, we're going to use the spawn chunks where they will arrive onto the server, if I could get flying, and we'll leave the care package here for them. Problem is, we've had this janky island sitting around, right? Tango has built an amazing iron farm that no longer works. It's got this incredible structure with the drowns underneath that used to kill the iron golems. And I've come over here and I've been flattening out the land behind, which you can kind of see underneath the water. I say kind of, you can clearly visibly see where the island used to be. And I've been hoping that a brainwave would hit me for something really cool here in the spawn chunks. But to be fair, nothing much has ever come to mind. And so I think what we should do is get something simple going. And you can see here it says Hermitcraft Season 6. The season that we're playing on. Yes, that should be obvious, right? So I put this in a position where it leads down to Tango's building under here where the waterlogged entrance is. And then we can attach some other things to the side of it. Now we've got this 7 over here. I don't know if this is supposed to stay or not, but that was to celebrate, I think, 7 years of Hermitcraft. I think Cubfan built that. So over here we might have a little path leading to that. Then we have Grian's Did You Die shop. And I think what I'm going to do is build a little structure off to the side and put his shop inside of that. And also build a little structure for the portal and have a pathway over to where you collect your items. If you throw items into the end portal, they end up over here at the spawn chunks, and there is some hoppers and a chest to collect that. But this thing right here is something that I set up and no one has ever used it, and I feel like today is a win. And so I have an idea. If you have a little bit of money in your pocket, put it away, put it in a drawer for a rainy day, and then one day you'll be like, oh yeah, I've got a little bit of money lying around. I'll treat myself. I have 6 stacks of diamonds, and we're going to use these diamonds to do some shopping and buy a gift for Keralis, because I am not just going to hand him the hot potato and be a meanie. I am going to give him some useful things as well as he's coming onto the server. So we can get rid of this. I no longer need this little platform here, right? And if it wasn't clear what that platform was, that was for people who have died and don't have 3 stacks of diamonds in their ender chest to use the Did You Die shop. That was the whole point of that thing. By the way, I'm sort of in a race against the clock to get the things here at spawn tidied up. You know, the whole season I've been thinking, if ever a new Hermit or old Hermit comes onto the server, this is the first thing that they're going to see. And we certainly have left it to the last moment to take care of this. So we have a new portal building over here, and I've simply just grabbed some materials I had in ender chests and didn't really overthink it too much, just put together a clean looking structure. Now what I think will make this look better in the long run is if we come back here and turn this into more of a tower structure going high up into the sky. I think that will really make the difference. So anyway, we've got the portal bit in place, and now I'm thinking what we'll do is make something that's basically the same for the Did You Die shop. However, I don't want to put it directly in front of the 7 over here, but I think what we'll end up doing is moving that somewhere else. So we will actually build it right in this spot. That'll one day be moved to another location. And this is exactly what you'd expect. I've simply mirrored it like I said I would, and I built it with white wool. And I've moved over Grian's chest and all of that good stuff. So we're ready to move on to the next phase now, which is to leave a gift around here for Keralis. But first of all, I want to conduct an experiment because I kind of just picked a spot to build this text where it says Hermitcraft, and I didn't think about where the player would respawn. I've got a feeling that they're going to respawn just somewhere over here. So I might want to extend this path and have another little platform. So this lava over here seems like an appropriate place to die. Yep, just going to slowly burn myself to death. And respawn. Ah, we're right on top of this. Okay, that actually works out pretty fine. I am going to put a couple of sea lanterns under here though, because it's kind of dark. Okay, with that taken care of, we just have a few floaty chests over there to get rid of. They're full of resources though at the moment, so I'm not just going to destroy them. For example, loads of sandstone, which I'm actually going to use to create a platform over here. And on this platform, we are going to build a care package. So here it is, right? Just looks like an innocent care package for an old hermit returning to the server. Got some wrapping paper here, a bow on top. It's obviously a present, however, the front of this present is going to look a little bit different. Let's see at what point you guess what exactly it is that is going on here. Oh, I can start to see it. I can start to see it. Let's put a little bit of the hairline coming down there. Oh, that's actually the wrong colour that I picked out. I'll change that in just a second. Don't worry about it. And then come those big and beautiful eyes. That's right, my friends. It is none other than Mr. Keralis who is returning to the server. Oh, I've missed those eyes. He will have no problem at all finding this care package. That's all I've told him. I've told him there's going to be a care package for him when he arrives on the server at spawn. And this is it. And it looks totally ridiculous. So now, my friends, we are free to conduct a little bit of a shopping spree with these diamonds I've had stashed away. Our care package is going to include some shulker boxes for Keralis, and I want to put in some building materials. I figured a stack of each of many different types. So I've got in some wall and mushroom blocks from my own supply, and then I've got this empty one right here to fill up with all sorts of building blocks. And of course we've got the meat and veg box over here, which is where I'm going to hide that potato right there, the hot one. I'm going to sort of lay these all out and sneak it in there and hopefully make it not obvious that it's in the chest. That is how we will pass on the hot potato. It is devious, but it is also part of a nice thing as well, because we are giving a gift to Keralis. So over here, I'm just going to go around and basically just try and buy a stack of everything that is on offer. Apparently, red nether bricks are not on offer. There is a beautiful new shop in this area known as 2D, two-dimensional. This is absolutely genius. It's an order placing system where you come in here and you tell the system what it is that you want to order. You press the button, you get a receipt, and then moments later, a shulker box appears over here and you can grab your stuff. I don't know where I'm supposed to pay for this though. I haven't done that bit yet. What a genius system. It's amazing to think no one's thought of doing something like this before. Aha, we put both our payments and our receipts into here. So there's the receipt and 2 diamonds. This is really cheap, by the way. I'm going to get a few more blocks from around here. Obsidian, though. Whoa. Obsidian is 1 diamond for 2. My goodness me, that's an absolute bargain. I'd pay way more for that. I think I might buy a few of these and stock up. And the light's gone out. I've brought out their stock. 6 stacks in total for 3 diamonds. That is an absolute bargain. Absolute bargain. Also, 1 diamond for 2 stacks of quartz. Is it me, or are these prices ridiculously cheap? I think I might buy out all of that stock as well. No way, that is so cheap. Right, finally I've brought it out. How many stacks did I buy? Like, there's 14 here. I've sunk a lot of diamonds. I've brought up a lot of this stuff. I'm actually filling up these shulker boxes, which are supposed to be for Keralis now, with other stuff. I wasn't prepared to buy so many things today, I guess. What's the one shop that needs to be stocked for a man like Keralis? It is, of course, the Bushes. The Booshes, and they are completely out of stock. Wells, what have you done? I will have to grow some trees myself, I guess, and get him a stack of each. Here at Big Logs, it says, this week only, 1 diamond, 1 stack. I wonder how long that week has been going on for. I've got a feeling a long time would be my guess. So I think this has worked out really well. There's no ender pearls and powerful swords and armor and stuff like that in here, which means Keralis can really kind of play at his own pace, because most of this stuff is good for building, right? There is a totem of undying. I threw that in there for a little bit of fun, but as you can see, leaf blocks, dried kelp, wool, and mushroom blocks inside of this one. Over here we've got just a plethora of different things. Probably the most useful ones when you're getting started are the logs. And then some food as well. Food can be a real pain in the butt, especially when, you know, the spawn chunks have absolutely nothing in them, and then you go over to the islands and everyone's been killing the animals. So this should get him started. Of course, the hot potato. Let's not actually put it in the very middle. You might go straight to the middle instinctively. I'm going to put it over to the side there. So what you may have noticed with this book is that there are 4 of them, and that is to make it look less suspicious. But the one in the corner will have a message, and we're going to go easy on Keralis because he's just getting back onto the server. So I figured his punishment would be to prank another hermit using a lot of booshes, because everyone knows Keralis loves booshes. So let's go and chuck this back on here. We're racing against the clock. Keralis could log in any moment now. And despite that, I've decided to squeeze in a few more details into here. I realise Keralis is going to absolutely love the mob heads and the custom armor stand book that we got. So I put that in here on the wall, and then there is a book here explaining that and a few other things as well. So if you want to see what's in the book, you'll have to head over to Keralis' channel, but now we can seal this up, and it is all good to go. Prior to recording this next and fantastic, wonderful clip in the video, I had myself a beautiful emerald beacon, and I wanted to show you it in its full glory before something rather spectacular happened. My friends, when you have 25 TNT detonating machines, you need to give them one last blessing. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I am such an idiot. I can't believe I forgot about that. Let's go turn it off. I made a beacon out of emeralds, and I think I've destroyed the beacon as well. That's hilarious. I totally deserve that. Oh, okay. Okay, the amount of derps I do is kind of turning into a real big problem, right? And there is potential for more, my friends, as we're about to embark on something rather risky. But first of all, let's explain what's going on here. I built a beacon so that I could instant mine in the area, and as you can see, all the blocks down the side have now been cleared out down to bedrock, which leaves us with the ones in the middle. And this is where we may just have another derp incoming, because I have chugged a slow falling potion. Slow falling. Why do I feel like I'm going to say that the wrong way around? That's because of what I always do. So, as we fall slowly, we need to... And, well, you know, I kind of landed on it, so that's okay. And then we can drift over to the next one. What we can also do is use our flame bow, which is something I think Mumbo did when he had a very similar project to this. Yep. Do I need to get away from this a little bit faster? Like, I'm kind of close to that. Oh, this is going to be much fun. It might take me a lot of time. Look, I'm moving very slowly. This might not be the most efficient way to get this done. Well, my friends, it's been cleared from top to bottom. I certainly had a lot of fun doing that. However, I've been thinking I like to change my skin throughout the season, right? But if I've destroyed an emerald beacon, surely I can no longer be the Emerald King. It is time for us to return to our former glory and put on the normal skin again. So, one last time. It feels so sad that I have to demolish this because it's so awesome to have such a crazy big TNT duping machine. This won't be the last time that we dupe TNT, but for now I'm going to rip this all out, and next episode we'll be over here again building that mushroom farm. Once again I find myself distracted. I was supposed to go to the zombie pigman farm. I've got picks that need repairing after all of that digging, but like a magnet I've been drawn back to this spot because I wanted to see what the villagers were trading for now that I don't have the hero of the village effect, which goes away after an hour. Aha, look at that. So the trading prices are temporary, not permanent, so you can get things for half the price. However, there is no half price of the quartz trade, which is probably the best one that they do, right? Well, I too have a ton of quartz. We got it earlier in this episode from Cubvan, and I've been talking to Python about building one of his quartz towers over here, which I am so looking forward to. Quartz is such a gorgeous texture, right? But anyway, this is the end of the episode. I hope you have been entertained. If you have, leave a like. As always, thank you so much for your tremendous support on this series. We're getting closer and closer to 1 million. It's amazing. I'll see you all very soon with another one. Bye-bye.